Hallöchen, ich bin der Videospieler, wir spielen weiter Cathy Rain. Wir sind jetzt hier in der Kirche angekommen, The Holy Trinity. Da ist dieses komische Glasfenster, das auch diese 3 Lichter auf dem Foto darstellt. Schauen wir uns doch einfach mal an.
There's no doubt about it. Those are the smoky lights.
Und jetzt sprechen wir mal mit Isaac.
Isaac Price, the priest of the church. Hello, Isaac. I've got a few more questions for you.
I'm all ears, my child.
Oder mal das
I
Bild
could,
zeigen.
but I think I have more to gain. I'll keep it to myself for now.
Das haben wir alles schon gemacht.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light.
Okay, ja, hier kann ich glaube nichts mehr machen. Halt, ja. So, wo kann ich jetzt noch hingehen?
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Nah. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Nur noch.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
I don't want to. Hey, Lenny.
Yeah, I accidentally inhaled pollen from one of them when I was a kid. I remember being sick and delirious for days.
Scary. Where did you come across this flower?
Somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not sure where exactly.
All right.
Okay, also er kennt die Blume auch.
Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. Looks creepy, whatever it is. Where did you get it?
Grandpa had it hidden away in the attic.
Probably for a good reason, then. Be careful out there.
I probably should.
Das andere kennt er alles schon, oder?
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize these men?
Not really. Sorry.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Hey, Sheriff.
Hello, Sheriff. I don't need to ask.
Okay.
He's new in town. I don't think.
Hier ist ein...
Do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's just some kids playing pranks with flashlights.
Do you recognize this flower?
Matter of fact, I do. It's a local endangered with mild narcotic properties.
Yeah? Have you come across any users in the area?
Sure, but it's a bit tricky to do anything about it. Using it as a substance is technically illegal.
Ah, so the illegal part is picking it in the first place.
Yes, knowingly picking the flower is a crime, according to the Endangered Species Act of 1973.
Gotcha, thanks. I don't want to
Okay, dann sind wir fertig.
That's all for now.
Good.
Okay. Jetzt.
It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it.
Ja, vielleicht will ich mich festnehmen lassen oder so. Ich bin jetzt gerade ein bisschen unklar, wo ich hin muss. Irgendwie wollte ich in die Kabine rein, in die Klinik rein. So, was habe ich hier gebraucht?
A calendar from.
Ich brauche das Passwort. Fehlt jetzt das Passwort ihrer Telefonnummer.
Rows and columns of files.
Mal ein Telefonbuch suchen. Ist jetzt auch nur eine fixe Idee, keine Ahnung. Wo bin ich am schnellsten ein Telefonbuch? Hier, Rain Residence. Ist ja nur eine blöde Idee. Vielleicht.
Nope, couldn't. I got that number. Nah, I got her no result.
Okay, so funktioniert's nicht.
Oh, hello. Mind if we talk for?
Not at all, dear.
I already showed. I don't want to. I already showed.
Okay, habe ich auch schon alles gezeigt. Puh, ja.
Bye, Grandma.
So long.
Vielleicht muss ich einfach doch. Wo war ich jetzt noch überall nicht? Nochmal zu Lillys Haus fahren? Sonst Friedhof? Sonst war ich ja überall. Friedhof könnte ich nochmal gucken, weil da ja, der Junge da rumgelaufen ist und dann plötzlich weg war. Jetzt gucken wir erstmal hier.
Oh, it's you again. Come on.
Sie mag mich plötzlich. Hey, wo ist Nathan?
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Okay. Was hat er denn gemalt? Oh. This looks pretty much like...
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
Sehr gut.
I had a few more questions.
Shoot.
I don't need to ask her. Do you know who the red man is?
Oh, that's just Nate's imaginary friend. The red man has been around ever since my boy was little.
I see. So there's no actual person in town he could be referring to?
No way! According to Nathan, the red man hasn't changed in 30 years.
Sounds like he has
really
quite an
was
active
vorsichtig.
imagination then.
Oh, you have no idea. He has unique names for each of the kitchen utensils. Enough said.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this flower?
Sure. Smoked it a few times back in the day, before it was endangered and all.
Yeah? What was it like?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable. Never touched this stuff after I got pregnant with Lily.
All right. Sue, what do you see in this picture?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's paintings.
Wow, really? Can you describe it?
It was in that time scene, just like the photo, but the lights were floating above the lake. There was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface trying to touch them. The forest in the background was on fire, making the sky purple and red. There were probably other details too, but that's what I can remember.
Sounds captivating.
Okay, ich
Wish
glaube,
I
ich
could
muss
have
das
seen it.
Bild... Ich brauche das Bild.
Do you know what this key?
Well, that's a bit of a weird question, ain't it?
Hätte sein können. Den Rest habe ich dir ja schon, glaube ich, noch alles gefragt. Okay.
I think I'm gonna head off.
Sure thing, Lil.
So, wo finde ich jetzt Nathan? Jetzt muss ich doch wieder zurück zum
She was born a 76 Corley Motors, but there aren't many original parts left. Took me a couple of years to make her
Corley
perfect.
Motors. Ist das jetzt eine Anspielung auf Full Throttle? Okay. Wenn er im Wald war. Ja, oder ist er nicht? Nathan, wo bist du? Das war ja nicht Nathan, der da am Friedhof war. Oder doch? Da ist zumindest niemand. Wo kann jetzt Nathan sein? Wenn er da nicht ist. Oder kann man da noch außen rumlaufen?
Oh, gee, Conwell Lake. Thick, dense forest. What were you doing out there, Grandpa?
Wahrscheinlich ist er immer noch nicht drin. Ich gehe trotzdem noch mal rein. Ja, ja, bla bla. Nathan! I need to talk to you.
It's the Catmobile, my custom chopper bike.
Tja, wo könnte Nathan sein? Hier ist er nicht. Andererseits, ich könnte ihn nochmal fragen.
Hello, Isaac.
I'm all...
The Red Man.
This may sound strange, but have you heard of or seen a strange man dressed in red?
Only our Lord and Savior Jesus. Surely his rags were drenched in blood as he lay upon the cross.
That's not what I meant.
Are you joking? I haven't seen a person like that, no.
And why should I be
That's all I need for
joking?
now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Klinik, da ist sonst Nathan hängt da irgendwo rum. Sieht nicht so aus. Drin wird er nicht sein. Dann kann ich mit denen noch über den roten Mann sprechen.
How's the paperwork coming along, Lenny?
Okay, I guess. Maybe halfway through.
That's no good.
Okay. Sie haben nicht Nathan eingesperrt. Wäre auch noch eine Möglichkeit gewesen. Alles möglich.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
You're joking, right?
Oh, never mind. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Das ist doch so ungewöhnlich, das bezüglich eines roten Mannes.
Hello, Sheriff.
Wenn ich schon hier bin.
Do you know anything about...
What the hell are you talking?
Never mind.
Ja,
That's all
hier
for
werden
now.
alles so angepisst. Als ob ich sie... Als ob ich in irgendein Wespennest stechen würde.
Oh,
So, mit ihr noch reden.
mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
I don't see a reason to ask her about that. See you later, Grams.
Take care, dear.
Okay, also Nathan scheinen wir jetzt nicht zu finden. Dann gucken wir doch nochmal in die Klinik. Ich bin mir fast sicher, dass ich da vielleicht doch mit der Hackerdiskette hört sich irgendwie lustig an, mit der Hackerdiskette vielleicht das Passwort rausfinden kann. Warum habe ich das eigentlich noch nicht probiert? Weil ich blöd bin? Hoffentlich nicht. Siemens Otorgador. Ah. Charles Wade. Search. Ah. Referral from Dr. A. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center, KC. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Room 6B. Okay. Lily Myers. So hieß sie doch. Naja, egal. Ich glaube, mehr muss ich jetzt nicht suchen. Oder ich warte, bis sie weg sind. Ah, geht. Hallo.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
Hi, Charles.
So, you managed to find me.
Yes.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
She's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade.
Guilty as charged. It's a stance I find remarkably effective for a man with little time and a tendency to be correct.
You might want to rethink that attitude. I have a history of surprising people.
Is that so? Very well. I'll indulge you for now. Who are you then?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks. You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
Es wurde
There was a
geklaut.
burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now. Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious.
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual client. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
I don't need to ask him.
Okay.
Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran. Taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
A flower. Why don't you consult a botanist?
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Nope.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Just some boring landscape painting. Looks like Wade brought some of his old tunes with him.
Claude.
I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig.
Ich wollte mit ihm reden und nicht ihn ärgern. Okay. Also, gehen wir mal zum Sheriff wahrscheinlich als nächstes. Ich will nicht die Trashcan, ich will die Szene verlassen. Aber gut, hier mache ich beim nächsten Mal weiter. Ich sage Tschüss, bis dahin, euer Videospieler. Und damit sind wir am Ende dieses Videos angelangt. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, ich habe noch jede Menge mehr Videos in meinem Kanal. Schaut rein, abonniert, unterstützt mich finanziell auf Patreon, würde mich freuen. Tschüss und vielen Dank.